currently well, for a second there we were pulling 5,000 watts, a little over 5,000. This is on my off-grid system that I've been running in our house for about 3.5 years so far. So I've got Rivian, a whole pack of Rivian R1 that I've got hooked up in our off-grid solar system. So everything, I mean, we're off-grid, so we're not connected to the grid at all. I actually currently don't even have the ability to do so because we're far removed from the nearest electric pole here in the central region of Ghana in Cape Coast. So, yep, as you can see, so we were pulling 119. Do you see that? 119 amps. All right. I'll see if I can show you all. No, it's late, so I'm not going to be able to go down there to show you, but the inverter I am using is the Schneider CONEXT XW48 E, so the European version, and it's a 5.5 kilowatt inverter, so it can do 5,500 watts continuous, and I believe 7,000 watts for 30 minutes and about 11,000 for a minute, I believe. Now I actually have two of the inverters, but I don't currently have all the connectors to have both work in parallel, so only one is working right now. Obviously now we have all-in-one systems, what are referred to as hybrid inverters. They don't work well, to be honest. They don't have high surge capacity, and they do not do well with motor loads. So if you need to run heavy duty compressors, or if you're into carpentry and you've got some saws that you operate, the transformerless inverters don't do well with those. So I always recommend going with a heavy duty transformer based inverter. That is, if you really want the freedom to run everything in your house. So we have a borehole system. We're really off grid. We're not connected even to the public water. We have a borehole that uses solar to pump water into a reservoir, and then we have a booster pump that brings that water into the house. So a washing machine, I'm going to show you in a little bit. Our electric stove running on this system. So air conditioners run So that's one in the kitchen. We've got two here in our living room. There's some cooking going on in here. So excuse the noise. That's some Tilly getting ready to dip in the hot oil. Alright, so there's our electric stove. Oops, sorry about the noise. We also have a propane stove here that actually the bottle ran out this evening, so thankful to have that electric. Alright, so we run everything in our house on our solar system. As you can see, batteries are at 47.2 volts currently, and we are pulling 97, roughly 97. That was what, 97 watt? Amps out of the batteries. All right. So that's our off-grid system at work. We'll do some cleaning here. Cobwebs. All right, so I installed this whole system by myself. Matter of fact, since getting into do-it-yourself in solar energy, I have actually been able to do a couple installations for some people that I know. I use reputable companies, as far as the equipment go. As you can see right here, Schneider. I don't deal in the Chinese stuff, to be honest. Chinese made solar panels are actually quite good. That's what I've got. I've got about 26 of them out there, 550 watt panels are out there that bring in, on a really good day, I can easily see it. And they are kind of dispersed. I've got them in strings around the house, so a different time of the day, each string is able to bring in a decent amount, as the sun kind of makes its way across the sky. I'm able to pull in a pretty good amount of energy. So I've seen 10 kilowatts from the panels come in. So that's again, it's late, so perhaps in my next video I'll show you what charge controller I use. I use a Victron charge controller. It's 400/200, so 400 volts, and you can charge up to 200 amps. Charge your battery pack with up to 200 amps. So the charge controller, again, I'll show you later, makes provision for 4 strings, and that's what I've got for my solar panels. So they're in 4 strings, and each string you can do between anywhere from 200 to 400 volts. Obviously, with such a high voltage, your amperage is going to be low. So, but then from the charge controller going into the batteries, like I've already mentioned, you can do 200 up to 200 amps. So that's pretty good. A pretty solid system. If you haven't already seen my video on repurposing Rivian battery pack modules, please watch that. And just do a search for that video and you'll find it. Okay, it probably will come up. So, all right. I think we're gonna call it a day. Thanks for taking the time to check out this short video. God bless.